Hey, how's it going, you terrestrial bastards? So, this is the wearer of the Reaper's death mark. My soul rages with strength. Alright, so my last video hasn't gotten any views, so I was like, screw it. Rather than turtling up and waiting a week, I'm just gonna make another one. This is my vlog. If you don't like it, get off my lawn. If I get no views, I'm still gonna make a boat ton of videos, okay? So you might as well share, like, subscribe, tell your aunt, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell everybody you know and love, and anybody you hate to come watch my show. Okay? So women are more likely than men to lie about their sex lives, reveals a new study. I could have told you that. Women's coyness about their sexual behavior was unveiled by a U.S. study involving a fake lie detector test. In surveys since the 1960s, men typically report having more sexual partners than women do. A statistically impossible feat due to demographics. Okay, they're like 52 or something percent, we're like 49. Basically, we're almost 50-50 depending on what sample you take. Okay, so it's impossible that one's having more sex than the other, right? In surveys, unless they're both lying or what, right? So in surveys since the 1960s, men typically report having more sexual partners than women do, a statistically impossible feat. For example, British men boast of an average of 13 partners over a lifetime, compared with the average of 9 partners for women. 13 and 9 is a big leap. Scientists previously explained this anomaly by suggesting men were exaggerating their tally, while women were understating their total. I've heard women say that myself. All right, and they assumed, that men were. Nope. Men are honest mostly. But now Terry Fisher at Ohio State University and Michelle Alexander at the University of Maine suggest that men are in fact more truthful in such surveys. The Bible comes right out and says there are no upright women. Okay, it says 1 in 1,000 men are upright, but none of the women that they could find were upright. So bam, they're liars. So women change their answers depending on whether or not they believe they will be caught not telling the truth, the research found. The number of sexual partners a woman reported nearly doubled when women thought they were hooked up to a lie detector machine. Notice it doesn't say Christian or atheist, black or white, rich or poor. All women are like that. Ask the Bible. No upright women were found. Okay, so the Christian princess does not exist. Women are more, said the research, women are more sensitive to social expectations for their sexual behavior and may be less than honest when asked about their behavior in some conditions, says Fisher, a psychologist. She says women appear to feel under pressure to meet expectations of being more relationship-oriented and not promiscuous. I'm going to stop right there. She, the affirmative action sponge, said that because that's what you say when you don't want to tell the truth. Asking a liar to tell the truth is like asking a porcupine to fly. Okay? It's not going to happen. So, let me translate that from lying woman to truthful man, namely English. Okay? What she really means to say is women don't want to be penalized for their bad behavior, so they lie. It has nothing to do with social expectations. The patriarchy did not keep them down. Yes, men don't want to bang sluts. Solution A, lie about being a slut, or B, don't be one. Guess which one women predominantly choose? You guessed it. So, the woman, of course, lied for her. So you can't even get the truth out of a professional who's being paid to tell the truth. Social expectations. No. It's penalization they're worried about. Punishment. Or just desserts, whatever. Fisher and Alexander surveyed over 200 unmarried heterosexual college students aged 18 to 25. One group filled in questionnaires, having been told the researchers might view their responses. A second group filled in the survey completely anonymously, alone in a room. A third group had electrodes placed on their hand, forearms, and neck, and were told they were being attached to a polygraph or lie detector machine. Although there was in fact no working machine. Women who thought their responses might be read said that they have an average of 2.6 sexual partners. All right. Compared with 3.4 partners for those who thought their answers were anonymous. Okay. So we've got really lying, sort of lying. And then we've got here, but those who thought they would be caught out by the Polygraph reported an average of 4.4 partners. Okay. Right. So it doubled. And even those, that's an average, because the fact of the matter is they'll get, it doesn't matter how many boyfriends you have, it matters how many times you're banging them, right? So even that's like, oh, how many times you had sex, that number is going to be colossal, okay? Because they've been having that one boyfriend and they've been just banging them and banging them and banging them. So every woman is like that. I met lots of Christian women who will bang yours truly with a crooked nose, messed up teeth, and no job because he's grumpy, muscly, and good looking, sort of. Okay? They'll bang me right now if I go to the church and I'll look their father who's a deacon in the eye and say, how's it going, sir? And they're looking at me going, I want to smash. Even though I'm not supposed to, especially then. So, but those, okay, so the ones who thought they were being polygraphed, 4.4, which is almost 5 partners. In contrast, men's answers did not vary significantly, let alone double. Those attached to the lie detector reported an average of 4 partners, compared to 3.7 for those who thought their answers would be read. Seriously, guys, we didn't even deviate hardly at all. They were like just being conservative, like, let's make it 4. Let's just make it 4. Let's just round up just to be in case, right? In case I get it wrong. And it's like these women, their answers doubled and ours moved a tiny fraction of a point. And everyone's assuming we were the liars and they were telling the truth. They were understating, we were overstating. No, we're telling the truth. Some of us would just get around. They have lower standards is what that means. The researchers think that the results explain the previously reported differences in men and women's sexual behavior, with women being afraid of getting labeled as whores, right? They're worried about getting labeled as whores? No. They're worried about not being able to find a paycheck to marry. That's what they're worried about. Their reputation's irrelevant. I know, because they call each other sluts for fun. We live in a culture, this is a woman talking, that's who said that. Oh, they're worried about it. Yeah, says the woman. You're a liar, woman. We live in a culture, patriarchy, rape culture. It's the male's fault. We live in a culture that really does expect a different pattern of sexual behavior from women than it does from men. Prove it. Prove it. When was the last time you heard a man being called a fuckboy? Okay? The expectation is the same. Get married. And don't screw around. Alright, so I'll hyperlink that source. Never trust a woman, let alone a psychologist female. Alright? Because obviously they lie twice as much, if not more. So, okay, how many women falsely accuse men of rape? It's a question. A lot of statistics are floating around the internet. 2% says many feminists, the same as other crimes, right? 25% says other groups who quarrel with the feminists on many issues, or maybe 40%. That's an FBI number. Here's the real answer. We don't know. I think it's 40%. I think it's higher, way higher than 40%. I would go as high as 75. Okay, so here's the real answer. We don't know. Anyone who insists that they do should be corrected or ignored. It is possible that to encourage police departments not to polygraph rape victims, we have fixed a cruel system in which innocent victims, see men, are bullied into recanting. Oh wait, they're talking about the women, the innocent victims. They aren't bullied into recanting, okay? They feel guilty because they still have a tiny piece of a soul that their dad gave to them, and then so they recant because they're ruining someone's life. They're not being bullied. And I guarantee you if I click this, it's going to be a female writer. So it's also possible that we've increased the number of false accusations that proceed to investigation and conviction. That's the one I'm going with. Of course, they've increased. Hashtag me too. Okay, so in another article, a woman filed a protective order against 21-year-old Rodney Anderson, claiming that he raped her. And then the article says, this week we have worked to demonstrate Mr. Anderson's innocence. That work included a polygraph examination, which is now illegal, of Mr. Anderson, right? But it's illegal if you polygraph the woman, right? Because she's the victim. Because only men can rape women, because women can only rape men using an object. Otherwise it's called force to penetrate and is not subject to the rape litigation. And that changes the statistics as well as the proceedings. The examination was conducted Tuesday afternoon by retired FBI polygraph examiner Bill Brown. As expected, the results showed Mr. Anderson is honest and truthful in his denial of the allegations. Rape shield law is a law that limits a defendant, not the accuser, the defendant's ability to introduce evidence or cross-examine rape complaints about their past sexual behavior. Okay? So if they've even done this before, inadmissible, even if they accused dozens of men of rape. And notice I said men, because women can't rape. See my aforementioned rant. Unless it's with an object, not men. Then it's forced to penetrate, a lesser felony. The term also refers to a law that protects the publication of the identity of the alleged victim. Very alleged, okay? Because there's lots of guys who will have their name dragged through the mud and they can't even get a job and they didn't do anything, and so they kill themselves. There's like 121 suicides each day in America, and about 85 of them are Caucasian men. So, rape shield laws not only protect a woman and not a man sexual history, even if it was of false accusations, but it also keeps the woman safe from having her name dragged through the mud, but not the man. Congratulations, women. And especially Christian women. I hate them more than regular women. At least they're, honest and being liars. Whatever. Feminists versus regular women who definitely ain't feminists but get all the privileges of it and don't say anything about it. So the Violence Against Women Act of 1994 created a federal rape shield law. As a matter of courtesy, most newspapers and broadcast media in the United States do not disclose the name of the alleged rape victim, right? But the accused is open game. And since it's rape and not forced to penetrate, shield laws, then it doesn't help the man at all, even if he is a true victim. Okay, during the trial, and if the alleged rapist is convicted, most will continue to not identify the victim. Says who? That's just conjecture, whoever wrote this. I've seen them do it. They'll do it. And they will put his name in the news, and then if he didn't do it, they won't recant, because they don't have to. If the case is dropped or the alleged rapist is acquitted, most media will no longer shield the name of the alleged victim. Yeah, the Wikipedia entry says that's dubious, because that's nonsense too. They'll keep shielding the woman no matter what. This practice was probably related to law in some states, which made it a crime to publicly reveal the name of the alleged victim in a rape case, but not the alleged perpetrator. See, men. When such laws are challenged in court, they will routinely be struck down as unconstitutional, like it matters. So that is correct. The accused man has his name put on the international media, and it is illegal to do that to the woman. Should the accused be entirely innocent, his name will still be associated with the accusations, but her name will be clear, although she lied about him raping her at all. Alright? So the Me Too movement is clearly a female-on-male false accusation manhunt, just as it seems society itself has become.
Piece of 10-month-old baby Dante. You are not.
That baby don't look like me. That baby don't look like me. That baby don't look like me.